Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Optimism, using rollups to help scale Ethereum. What exactly is Optimism? Very good question. So in brief, Optimism is a scaling solution for Ethereum blockchain. It uses optimistic rollups to process transactions in batches, reducing gas fees. Ethereum has grown to become second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, thanks largely to its support for smart contracts with underpin a growing ecosystem of decentralized applications, also known as dApps, and decentralized finance, DeFi platform. But ultimately, what does it suffer from? What are its problems? It's slow, expensive to use, thanks to persistently high transaction fees, while the Ethereum fraternity waits for a rollout for upgrades to the network that will address the issues. Scaling solutions have emerged to make Ethereum transactions faster and cheaper, like Optimism and Polygon. So Optimism speeds up Ethereum transaction and it cuts their costs by setting them on another blockchain using advanced data compression techniques. Now, the special sauce to Optimism scaling methodology, that would be the name. It uses a unique called optimistic rollup, whereby multiple transactions are rolled up into one transaction, settled on another blockchain with receipts fed back to the main Ethereum blockchain. So this is the website of Optimism. This is the Optimism ecosystem. Plenty of applications. These are all the apps. From incentives, new to Web3, DeFi, NFT, bridges, on-ramp, wallet, tool, and decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs. There's a wide range of applications that are integrated with Optimism or Optimism, thereby integrating with these applications. Now, how about last year, 2022, year in review? Here's a few key things to pay attention to. The numbers. The data doesn't lie. The city of Optimism saw steady growth in 2022. More people are using Optimism and more dApps are being launched, both while benefiting from the security of Ethereum. 1 year after the EVM equivalence upgrade, the number of Optimism transactions has more than 10x'd. Put simply, there's more people using the chain to do more things. And this is a quick look at the Optimism growth throughout the 2022 year and some of 2021. From November 2021 to November 2022. Very impressive. They went from less than 1 million in November 2021 to 10.8 million in 2022 November. Very impressive. So if that's any sign of the growth that they can continue to expect, and that's despite the market not doing too well at the end of last year. This was at a time when the market was not doing too well at all. Now, there isn't any data on December 2022, which I would like some data on that, please. But at the moment, it's not available. Now, how about the ecosystem? So a blockchain is only as strong as its ecosystem. Optimism ecosystem also saw strong growth in 2022 with 54 new actives, 100 TXS day, dApps deployed throughout. These deployments span a variety of categories from DeFi to NFTs, including Optimism native protocol like Velodrome, as well as industry beloved stalwarts like AV and OpenSea. So here's a glance of the top 6 Optimism dApps in 2022 measured by numbers of transactions and fee generated. These include stablecoin USDT, Uniswap, the list goes on. Now it is important that we understand 2023 for Optimism. Now it's important to know it was introduced in 2019 and a testnet was released in October 2019. It wasn't until January 2021 that the alpha mainnet was launched. It took until October 2021 for the Optimism to launch a version of the alpha mainnet that was compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. An open mainnet launched in December 2021. Now, Optimism is basically a big append-only list of transactions. All of its rollup blocks are stored on Ethereum smart contracts called canonical transaction chain. Now, unless a user submits their transactions directly to canonical transaction chain, a new block are produced by something called a sequencer. This sequencer instantly confirms valid transactions, then create and execute blocks on Optimism Layer 2, a blockchain that sits atop the Layer 1 blockchain, in this case, Ethereum. So these blocks are rollups batches of Ethereum transactions. The sequences compresses this data even further to reduce the size of the transaction and thus save money, then submit transactions back to Ethereum. So what's so special about Optimism? It's best understood as one of the several solutions to trying to address Ethereum's state bloat problem. Now, since then, Ethereum has actually upgraded to Ethereum 2.0. So Ethereum is doing upgrades. It is taking a long time, but it is gradual. It is baby steps, but it's important steps, and it's good. What's even more incredible is what this upgrade means to Ethereum. Now Ethereum is a proof-of-stake blockchain rather than just a proof-of-work blockchain. It's changing. And even the developers, the people behind Ethereum, they've admitted that Ethereum is only around 60% finished. There's so much left to be completed, which at the end of the day, I do like. I do like transparency. Then again, I like to think that we all kind of like transparency. Now, the current price of the token, $2.72. I'm talking about it because there's been a huge momentum and price gain within the last few hours, to be honest. Why is this important? Because previously it was just around $2. Now the price has gone to $2.77. It's a big gain within a matter of few hours. But once you take a look back at the last month, last 30 days, then you realize how crazy Optimism have been. Price have gone from 96 cents to as high as $2.72. That's very impressive. Market cap is up to 638. Volumes are up over 220% in the last 24 hours alone. That's 577 million within the last 24 hours alone that's being traded in and out of this ecosystem. That's very impressive. Currently sitting at 73 in the world of all ranked crypto. Essentially, in the last month, the price has almost tripled. Yeah, it's almost tripled. It's more than doubled for sure, but it's almost tripled. So if we look back at some of these moments, we realize that there's starting to be some patterns. So where are we seeing patterns? We're seeing patterns right there, the area that I'm talking about right now. We're seeing patterns right there. We're seeing patterns right there. We're seeing patterns right there. These are all big momentum steps that the token is taking in order to gain the position of where it is right now. That's crucial. But it's a pattern that continues to correct itself. So the question is, where will it top out? Because right now it's just going through the roof. We've never been in this territory with Optimism before, so this is very new. Will the price go back down? Will the price continue to go up? What can we expect? But the circulating supply is actually relatively low at 234 million. Not insanely low like Bitcoin, but it is relatively low compared to the total supply. The total supply is almost 4.3 billion tokens. Circulating supply is a small percentage of that. So that also allows the price of the token to gain a huge amount of percentage in a short period of time, because there's not a lot of tokens in circulating supply. So the smallest amount of money that's invested into this blockchain, yeah, it makes a big difference in terms of price. But try to understand, because it's so cheap, that difference is hard to know unless you look within the data. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment. And of course, I'll see you in our next video.